Howdy, everyone. I'll jump right into it. My name is Mek, citizen of the world, and I have the privilege of serving at the Internet Archive on Aaron's Open Library. There's a Japanese word, ikigai, one's reason for getting up in the morning. My ikigai is to facilitate pushing the limit of responsible human achievement, to see how far humanity can get when unnecessary obstacles are removed, and when caring, ethical, motivated people are empowered to act with the fullest of their human potential. With this in mind, I have a few questions I'd ask you to consider. 1, how does an individual with no disposable income become a competitive expert in biology? 2, how many people worldwide are unable to contribute to the fullest of their capability because they don't have access to the learning materials to fuel their potential? And 3, how pervasive is this problem? And what is the opportunity cost of this performance gap to the world? To quote Aaron, information is power. But like all power, there are those who want to keep it for themselves. The world's entire scientific and cultural heritage, published over centuries in books and journals, is increasingly being digitized and locked up by a handful of private corporations. Overdrive is an online distributor which runs an ebook lending platform on behalf of libraries. They help libraries make their holdings digital and accessible. This is a good thing. This is advantageous for several reasons. 1, it expands libraries' user bases, their usage, and makes the model of ebook lending a viable option for sufficiently endowed libraries. This serves their mission to increase readership and in turn helps them acquire additional funds from sponsors. 2, libraries are notoriously understaffed, especially when it comes to engineering staff. Most libraries don't have the resources or the budget to build their own online lending platform. 3, Overdrive has an exclusive partnership with Amazon and can help get their books directly on readers' Kindles. This is a major feature unavailable to players like New York Public Library and Open Library. 4, libraries have no illusions that they are the David in the arena of publishing Goliaths. Libraries try to employ great discretion to ensure their operations satisfy the requirements of publishers, and oftentimes this dissuades libraries entirely from trying to survive and stay relevant by having digital offerings. After all, what public library has resources enough to endure litigation costs? And worse, who wants to be the library responsible for losing an important decision which ruins things for other libraries? Overdrive provides libraries with an important buffer to placate publishers. Except when I say Overdrive works with publishers, what I really mean is that Overdrive agrees to pay the absurd ransom that publishers demand in order to lease their books on behalf of libraries. Here's an important point. How much does it actually cost to distribute ebooks? Is it more or less than a physical book? Through services like Overdrive, the average library paid 6 times the consumer price for ebooks on the USA Today bestseller list. A 2015 Douglas County Library catalog shows the library price for the physical book Speaking in Bones was $15. On Amazon, you and I would have paid $11. Douglas County had to pay $84 to make the same ebook available over Overdrive. Consider also, oftentimes, this price to purchase the ebook for a period, such as 2 years, or may come with a limit on the total number of borrows. With prices like that, you might think, libraries won't bite. What other choice do they have, though? Users want ebooks, and they want them on their Kindle, and libraries face a lot of adversity trying to accomplish either well. But surprisingly, 90% of the approximately 16,400 US public libraries make ebooks available on Overdrive, and more surprisingly, the renewal rate is 99%. This equates to impressive profits for the publishers and over $100 million in revenue for Overdrive. Which is still fine. Making money isn't a sin, but don't forget for a moment that we, the taxpayers, are paying for this. The Internet Archive also runs a public library called Open Library. It was started by Aaron circa 2005 as a way to unite libraries together to build an open catalog of all the world's books. Today, Open Library makes hundreds of thousands of Internet Archive's digitized modern books freely available to borrow online. It may surprise you that 20% of our traffic is from readers in India. Consider the average salary in Mumbai is 782,000 rupees. That's $12,000 USD. There are over 18 million people in Mumbai. Among them are people with wonderful abilities, people with the capability to be doctors and biomolecular engineers. But even the brightest people need a foundation to grow. How far would you get in your field if just 3 Elsevier journal subscriptions, molecular and cell biology of lipids, gene regulatory mechanisms, molecular cell research, $3,800 each, cost the same as your yearly income? And in 2011, Pew Research examined over 100 countries and concluded 71% of the world's population lives on less than $10 a day. That's hardly enough discretionary income for a single book. And what incentive does Overdrive or publishers have to serve this demographic? What leverage do these countries have to fund sustainable and thriving library systems when even American libraries and universities are feeling the burn, the high cost and obstacles of digital access? Days like today are important. Aaron is important, even more so today than when he fought against inequality 6 years ago. As cryptocurrencies surge and attempt to change our economic landscape, as publishers and conglomerates double down in defense against the free flow of information, it's imperative for us, literally us, those of us in the room, to make sure as we ride the wave, others aren't left to drown. To answer the framing question, billions of hours of locked up human potential weigh in the balance. Let today be our yearly reminder that a room full of people can make a difference. With our choices and our actions, where we choose to work, how we vote, what conversations we have, our decision to donate, whether we call our representatives to persuade the FCC to not roll back the 2015 Open Internet Order, which please do at battleforthenet.com, because otherwise a vote is expected on November 22nd, and this is bad, so talk to me afterward. And if you choose to do just one thing, I hope you'll join us tomorrow for day 2 of Aaron's hackathon and help plant the seeds of another year of positive change. To preserve the web as a treasured, open public utility, to protect privacy, to give a voice to those who need it most, and to empower with information those who would craft a brighter world for everyone if only given the choice. Thank you.